What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video, where we are focusing on some of the top Town Hall 9 strategies for 2018. So if you find this one helpful, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more Clash of Clans. Now, the meta hasn't really changed too much. Moving into 2018, we are going to focus on just a couple of attack strategies. If you are interested in joining Red Elite, all the information you need is on the screen there right now. But many people ask as well, can you 3-star with low level trophies? Well, this first attack will tell you that you most certainly can. Obviously it depends on the base design, but this one, a max level base. And if you've seen any of my top Town Hall 9 strategy videos in recent months, this strategy has came out on top more often than not. It is the GoHoBo attack strategy. Really, you're pushing in to take down some objectives with your heroes and bowlers. A lot of the time I recommend jumping forward right into the middle compartment so that you can get all the way through the base and just use Hog Riders on the back end. For that I would take 3 golems, but instead, since we have low heroes on this one, we're actually bringing more Hog Riders. Now all it means is that we have them higher level or max for Town Hall 9 Hog Riders. We can focus on that and give the heroes a less important role within the raid, if that makes sense. They're not required to do as much to get the 3 stars. However, we did break in, take out the enemy CC, take out the enemy queen, that's always important, and then brought the Hog Riders in a fashion so that we could control their pathing. Now for the GoHoBo attack, if you're pushing all the way through the base, you may just bring the Hog Riders in on the back end. However, if you decide just to bring in a small kill squad as we did in this raid, you'd want to cut out a section of the base. Now what that does is means that the defenses in that area, we came from the northwest portion of the base, the defenses of that area are gone. The Hog Riders can then track around the base all in one big group, and you can use your heal spells wisely on that area. Don't forget about cleanup as well, guys. A couple of wizards, as soon as you've brought the Hog Riders in, you'll see this big pack on the bottom was enough to clear out all of the trash buildings in that area, because once the defenses are down from the Hog Riders, there's no reason not to bring them wizards in. Now there's another attack strategy. I mean, there is the witches as well, which is a brilliant strategy as well, guys. Let me know your favorite down in the comments. But the other main strategy that we have massive success with is the Lavaloon. So these are the 2 strategies you're going to see featured in this video. Very similar to the GoHoBo attack though, you'll want to come in with a bit of a kill squad. Depends on the base design. Sometimes you have these funky layouts with all of the air defense together. You can still take them with Lavaloon by either taking out the air defense or pushing in heavy towards them. However, traditionally, you would want to come in, again, the enemy CC, depending on what's in there. If it's something that can take out your balloons, you need to take that down as a priority. If you can get the queen, fantastic, but you can take her as part of a queen pop strategy, take skeleton spells, however you want to do it, you have to have a plan for that queen. So on this one, very similar to that Hog Rider attack, we bring 2 jump spells to provide access to the CC, the enemy queen, and 2 air defense in this case. Now I think the wall breaker fail at the start meant that we weren't able to jump the bowlers right into that part of the base with the air defense, but it doesn't really matter. The archer queen has the range, she can still take that down. Once she's taken that area, you can see again, I mean, that expo was important to get down as well because of pathing, but you'll see as well how there's now no defenses up in the north of the base here. We can be confident we know where the balloons are going to go. So bringing them in from the furthest distance away from the air defense means that the lava hounds can track over there. We can slowly bring the balloons into the archer towers as necessary. That haste spell might have been better off a little bit further to them archer towers to try and save a couple of them balloons, but it really doesn't matter. As long as they go down, what you're aiming for is to take out all of the defenses on the perimeter and close in towards the core. So you can see at the south here, the balloons taking out the defenses on the outside means that they can merge as one with the balloons in the middle here, and then what you can do is use your spells in that area, or what it does is just provides great timing for the balloons. They don't have to go all around the base like this, they just merge in the middle because you've taken them out separately. Now you will notice we have a single balloon left in the army composition. Very important, guys, make sure you're paying attention where you're bringing the balloons in. What is going to be the last defense? One of the last defenses in this attack would have been that wizard tower. Fortunately, the queen is able to step up and take that out anyway. However, that single balloon could have been used to distract the wizard tower, and it would mean it didn't take out the huge clump of balloons. Either way, you could decide to bring in a single balloon to clean up if it is not needed. However, same principle, take a couple of wizards, archers, whatever need be to get that cleanup portion done, because the balloons being a defense targeting troop, they're not going to, you know, clear out any of them trash buildings. You're going to have to go back to them, so make sure you have a plan, guys. So 2 brilliant attack strategies there. Again, let me know down in the comments what your favorite is. We're going to have a couple of other replays of them, so let's move back to the Hog Riders. Now, the Hog Riders have always been a personal favorite of mine at Town Hall 9. You know, with the heal spells and, well, it was always the case you didn't have to worry about Infernos. Now against Town Hall 10, that's the case again. But even with giant bombs, you can heal straight through them if done correctly. So the golems coming in with the wizards to create a nice wide funnel. You can see, bring the golems in at separate angles just to cover as many defenses as possible. Now really why you're doing this is to funnel the ballers. The ballers are crazy in terms of AI. If you don't have that funnel set and the opening for them to get into, it's quite easy for them to walk around the base. So make sure you take the time, get that funnel set, guys. It's basic stuff. But again here, look at the similarities of what we're taking out. I mean, it was a Lava Hound in the CC, so it didn't really matter on this one as much. The CC is drawn, the enemy queen is drawn, and we've taken out a section of the base. Did get a couple of giant bombs in the process, which is always nice for the Hog Riders. But really, as long as you've got the heal spells for the Hog Riders, you are pretty good. Now you'll see here, watching the replay, it's going to follow the same principle what we just did with the balloons. What you wouldn't want the Hog Riders to do is track to every single one of these defenses. That's why you bring them in surgically. Take out them defenses whilst they're distracted, and then when the Hog Riders converge, so check this out, as they all move together, that's where the heal spells are used in them areas where it's dangerous for Hog Riders. There's a lot of gaps here, areas for giant bombs, as you can see, a couple of small bombs going off there, right next to the wizard tower. Use them over areas that's dangerous, but also over areas where you can get a lot of efficiency from it. So i.e. where your Hog Riders are mainly going to be. You'll see they move back across to this mortar, but cleanup troops, I nearly said farming troops, cleanup troops are already around the map. We have the minion at the top, the wizards on the outside. Once them defenses start going down, guys, get them cleanup troops in. So the Hog Riders, again, very efficient at Town Hall 9. Just take out a portion of the base, take out the area where the queen is probably the most important, but you can do that on the fly as well. The skeleton spells are very helpful for taking out the queen if you need to do it mid-raid. Let's show you another Lavaloon attack before we move on to an attack with the witches, but not a traditional witch slap style strategy, which is probably the 3rd best strategy in my opinion, but let me know your top 3 in the comment section. So very similar to this one, we're going to pick off a few buildings on the outside, but what it also does is sets a bit of a funnel. So since we're coming in from the south here, that minion sniping off the army camp means that we don't have to worry about our troops diverting. And check out this kind of, as we were saying before, a bit of a funky base in terms of the air defense all pushed together. That's actually to try and prevent the Lavaloon strategy, and Witch Slap, they often have air defense to the side as well, and the mortars on the outside. But anyway, we're going to attack this head on and take it down. Down goes the enemy queen, down goes the enemy CC, and down goes a bunch of air defense. We only have the one left, and I really like how we counter this. Now, as I said in the previous Lavaloon attack, coming in from the opposite side to the air defense means that that Lava Hound can set off as many air bombs as possible, but whilst it's on its journey, you can get them balloons in with the spells. Very important, check out that rage spell, really powers the balloons through whilst they have coverage. But as soon as the Lava Hound gets there, I mean it pops, but then we have another Lava Hound from the opposite side of the base. So not kind of your traditional wrapping around the base with a Lavaloon attack. Really depends on the layout and what you have left. On this one, we only had that one air defense, so pinning a Lava Hound from either side worked perfectly well, with the balloons then merging at the top. A Lava Hound that didn't even pop, but really we could have used extra balloons or cleanup troops or whatever, because that third Lava Hound really wasn't needed. This base was wrecked, and that is the power of the Lavaloon strategy. However, when it's done correctly, you really, you know, you don't have to worry as much about cleanup when you really efficiently take out them defenses on the outside. That's another important thing, not only about what we were talking about balloon pathing and saving them, also it's efficient in terms of time to take them out in that manner. The balloons do massive amounts of damage. You don't need a massive clump of them going around the base, you know, from defense to defense, as you can do with the Hog Riders. So let's maybe bring you just a couple of other attacks here, and then we will wrap up the video. I think this one is another Hog Rider attack. Then, like I say, we'll go into that one using the Witches, but it does bring back-end Hog Riders as well, so it is very efficient. So coming in at this one then, again, this is a very interesting base design. We have all the air defense at the top, but like I said before, the GoHoBo strategy, it really can take out a number of base layouts. I think, for me, it is definitely the top Town Hall 9 strategy. I would get them Hog Riders upgrading, guys. You did see in that first attack, the heroes, you know, it really isn't as much of an issue as some other strategies where you're really heavily depending on the heroes. You can use the Hog Riders, more of them, to take down the base. Obviously, the heroes higher up are nice. In this one, we have a level 20 Queen. Now, that's a nice enough level to get the Queen Charge or Queen Walk getting into the base itself, taking out again the enemy CC. This one is a CC that would have wrecked Hog Riders, by the way, taking it down, and the Queen is gone as well. Notice how as well we have carved out a little bit of the base here so we can control the Hog Riders a little bit, but the Queen's not going to have a lot of damage at the bottom here. There's this cannon, it's about to go down, one archer tower, then an archer tower up here. The Queen can actually take out all of that without worrying. I know it's only a level 20 Queen, but she's not going to have any sort of issue there. Couple of wizards are going to mean that we can hopefully feed her into the base itself here, right into where that expo is, and the Queen can take out this entire southern portion. That means that we only have to worry about the defenses in the north with the Hog Riders. So we do bring the Bowlers and the King in from the east of the base. That means that we can take out this portion on the east, and I really like how we kind of segment the base on this one. Queen is able to, like we said, step up, feed into that little pocket to where the expo is. It's not going to matter because the King and Bowlers are there anyway, but it means the Hog Riders are focused on the north, and I always enjoy raids like this where you just kind of pick the base apart separately, and that is where the GoHoBo can really work, implementing that Queen Walk or Queen Charge. We then have two heal spells for Hog Riders, and really there's air defense, a couple of giant bombs and splash damage, but nothing sufficient for these Hog Riders. They are going to crush it. Just look at how many are left over. They even help to clean up that expo, but unfortunately there is a sneaky Tesla out on the west of the base, and very, very clever by this attacker, a giant bomb which blasts the Hog Riders at the end. Not enough to take them down because it's the only defense remaining. Had he have had a few other bombs there, it might have been a bit more tricky. We would have still got the 3-star in this case. However, obviously if you scouted the base, you can see there's a Tesla in the corner. One single balloon, guys, just drop it straight on top and it is history. One more attack then for you, and then we will wrap up this video. Again, let me know your favourite Town Hall 9 strategies in the comments. I will hopefully be bringing you more Town Hall 9 content, but this one is certainly an interesting strategy that Kia Girl uses quite a lot actually. So as we come forward, she brings the Queen Walk on the opposite side, then Witches to push forward along with the Bowlers and Valkyries to really get in and just crush the inside of this base. Then we just use Bowlers, Hog Riders for the back end of the base. Now notice how that Golem, she waited just a couple of seconds to bring that in. Very nice in terms of this cannon is obviously shooting at it, and it just saves an extra few hit points. Just a little quick kind of pro tip for you guys: if there's buildings on the outside you can snipe, just snipe them before that golem gets in. Just make sure it's in time to then protect them troops you use to snipe. So as the bowlers and Valkyries come in here, the Valkyries just tear things up in the middle, absolutely crushing it, you know, blasting off giant bombs, taking out the CC. Bowlers very nicely walk around the outside, but the Hog Riders are already in, coming around the opposite side of the base. She obviously doesn't have many of them, but she uses them very smartly to protect the Queen at the top a little bit. Takes the fire off her so she can get through the buildings a little bit further. Still has that ability, and obviously that is going to be what keeps her alive, and she then uses her as part of the cleanup. So the Hog Riders very nicely used for that. Even though they go down, we still have the Queen at the top cleaning up, and we have the Bowlers and Witches, that nice combination, very popular at Town Hall 10, walking around the outside of the base. So Valkyries into the middle, Bowlers and Witches around the outside, and that Queen walk around the opposite side with just a few Hog Riders to protect the Queen as she closed in around the outside. And that, my friends, will wrap up the 3-star attack for this raid. Again, my favorite for you guys. I would definitely learn the GoHoBo attack strategy. I do have videos of it, guys. Make sure to check it out on the channel. And the Lavaloon, there's obviously plenty of them. I had a beginner breakdown of the Town Hall 9 Lavaloon, which might help you guys very much. They are the 2 top Town Hall 9 strategies for me right now. That will wrap it up for this one. And until next time, guys, peace out.